Well, good morning and welcome to the Best in World Tribe and Update and Training Call. My name is Tony Estigoy. I am proud to say I'm one of the founders of Activz. As those who will be joining the call this morning, you guys are the ones that will be leading the charge and growing a brand new company. That can't not be more exciting. I will share with you, I have done this in the past several times, and this is really the most exciting time of the company because you get to put your thumbprint, you get to put in your work to make this company what it's going to be. This call is going to be about some great questions that you might be able to ask prospects to kind of find out where they're at in life and to see if there's somebody that may want to join you in your organization. So to get started today, I was asked prior to the call, hey, if I have more than 10 people, 11 or 12, can I go wide? And you can absolutely go as wide as you want because this is a unilevel type of compensation plan. It's a dynamically compressed compensation plan, which I love. That allows you to go as wide as you possibly can. You can go out 100 if you like. But always remember this, going wide is for wealth and going deep is for stability. So think of a tree. You want those roots to be nice and strong so that tree doesn't fall over in case certain things happen to other branches. So keep that in mind as you build. Maybe for my next training call, I'll talk about taking advantage of the compensation plan, but not for today. I want to keep today's call relatively short. There's some questions that I ask a lot of my prospects when I meet them for the first time, and I keep things really simple. And I always, as a tip for you, I always act like I'm in a hurry. Regardless of what I'm doing, I don't want to have a conversation with somebody at a store in the middle of an aisle. If I bump into somebody that I know, I don't need to start the conversation and do a 30-minute presentation right there in the aisle. I generally just wanted to ask them just a few quick questions. One of my opening questions is always, hey, are you open to additional incomes opportunities for income? And generally people will say yes, and I will just let them know, hey, I'm in a real hurry right now. Here's my card. Can I get your information? I'll give you a call over the next couple of days. Will that work for you? And generally they'll say yes. And so you now have the opportunity to reach back to them and share with them what we have going on over here at Activz. But here's a few other questions too, and these are ones that I use periodically, especially if I'm working with somebody and I ask them this really simple question: hey, do you want more time freedom in your life? Now, a lot of people don't get that question asked every single day, so it may take them a second to actually respond back to you. But when you ask somebody, hey, you want more time freedom? I see you're working really hard. It looks like you're working a lot of hours. What would you do with more time freedom? And give them a second to answer. And if they answer affirmatively, hey, I'd love more time freedom, again, you're in a hurry. Get their information and let them know you're going to get back to them. Give them your card if you have one, or make sure that they know your name. Don't just give out your card, and I'll tell you why. They'll never call you. They may take your card, but they probably won't call you. Very rarely has that happened. I was taught early on that one of the ways to get somebody to call you back if they're not forthcoming with their information and they want your card, you got to make them promise. You promise to give me a call if I give you my card. And I know that sounds kind of awkward. It sounds great in theory, but I have also practiced it. And once you do it once or twice, it will be natural for you. Because you just don't want to give your card out just to give your card out. They're just going to throw it away or forget about you. But if you can plant the seed, hey, do you promise to give me a call? I'll give you my card if you promise to give me a call. They will generally call you. Again, it's 50-50. But at least you've got a percentage of a chance instead of 99% no. So another question that I like to ask, hey, how do you see your financial future? Where are you currently at and where do you want to go? And are you in the right vehicle that's going to get you there? So, hey, how do you see your financial future? Ask them that question. A lot of times people are going to stop, and we know statistically that most people live paycheck to paycheck, and they're struggling, and they don't know how to make ends meet sometimes, and they're frustrated, but they're in a job because they're getting paid just enough to stay, and they're getting paid just enough to pay their bills, but they're not getting paid enough to really get ahead. So ask them, how do you see your financial future? And then you can really kind of make this next question kind of funny if you wanted to, but I would ask, hey, have you decided to work here until you die? I mean, it's a little more harsh, but if you can say it with kind of a comedic tone to it, you can kind of find out where people are at. You just have to get them to think. Now, if you're hearing my questions so far, they're all open-ended. I generally don't want to ask a yes or no question. I want them to think for just a second because you're catching them kind of off guard with these questions. So give them a moment to think about what you just asked and give them that moment to answer. Don't try to answer for them. I know that pause, that 10 or 15-second pause can get a little uncomfortable, but give them the time to answer you. You're going to find out a lot about a person in a relatively short amount of time. So those are some really simple questions. Another one would be, hey, would you love to be your own boss so you wouldn't have to ask for permission for time off? Again, really simple questions that are open-ended, giving people things to think about. So, guys, when you're out there, if you're using any social media platforms to prospect folks, do yourself a favor and don't throw up on them. It happens to me frequently when somebody asks, hey, what are you up to? I'll share with them what I'm doing, and then all of a sudden they come back with what their company is, and they'll send me a huge paragraph of how great their company is and why their products are the best, and they'll go on and on and on and on, and I'll just say, hey, you know what, thank you, I wish you guys the best, let's just keep in touch. Because one of the reasons we named our group Best in the World is we want folks to be world-class when they present, when they share the Activz opportunity. We want them to be professional. We want them to share information in the way that it should be shared, which is ask a few questions, share some information, and see where they want to go in life. That's the most important thing. As soon as you can find out where they're at and where they want to go, you can then share with them that you may have something for them. Don't tell them you have something for them. Tell them, hey, we may have something for you, and it may or may not be for you. You don't need to pitch every single person because not every single person is going to be good for your group. Find the folks you want to work with. Find the folks you like. Find like-minded people. They're out there. We have 320 million folks here in the United States that we can go out and talk to, share this information with, and possibly change their lives. Now, with Activz, here are 4 things that I share, and I've even put this on video for people that are curious as to why did you join Activz. And when you ask people why they join their network marketing company, you're just going to open up a Pandora's box, especially for those who aren't trained very well. They're just going to throw it, like I said earlier, they're going to throw up on you. But here's what I looked at. You want to look at the corporate team. How many years of experience do they have in network marketing, and have they ever been in the field before? If they've been in the field, then they understand the dynamics and what it takes to build an organization. It takes a lot of work, and there's a lot of things that happen in the field that will never happen on the corporate side. So if they understand that, then they know what you are personally going through when you're out there building, because we are in a human being type of business. We're in the people business, and everybody is different. The personalities are different. And so having the experience in the corporate side to understand what those nuances are will help your business grow bigger, better, and faster. And at Activz, They have over 100 years of experience, guys. We have something solid there. You definitely want to look at products. You know, you want to make sure that your products are unique. You don't want to have products that you can just buy anywhere. And yesterday I have a great example when I was just sharing with you about not throwing up. I had a woman pitching me hard on her company, which I shared with her, look, I'm building something else. I'm not interested. But that didn't stop her from sharing with me why her products were so unique. And yet, looking at them myself, they weren't unique. They're not that unique, but she believes that they are because of certain ingredients. And that's just not the case. What we have at Activz is category-defining products. We may not have the most unique products yet. I mean, we do in Mexico with gnm-x. We do. But these products that we're bringing to market are category-defining. I would use those terms when sharing this information with folks. They are amazing products, and they're going to be life-changing for a lot of people. The compensation plan, number 3, the compensation plan. A unilevel plan that's designed, that's dynamically compressed, that's designed to help folks getting started, making money quickly. That's important. And what we've discovered over time, and especially our corporate team, they've discovered that if you could get folks to start making $500, $700, $1,000 extra a month really quickly, 60 days out, you're going to keep them within the organization probably forever. Most people don't make money in network marketing, unfortunately. There are statistics that are out there. 80% or so will get involved but never make their money back. And it's not because of the model. It's just because, honestly, they just didn't do anything. That's been my experience. 15% will make some money. 5% will make significant money. That's kind of the breakdown. Is that the? Yeah, that's the breakdown. So the compensation plan has got to pay out, and it's got to pay out for correct behavior, meaning that you've got to go out, share the information, share the product, share the opportunity, get people to become one of your business partners and or try the products, become a customer for you, and you're going to get paid on that. And you're going to get paid one-to-one. And so that's going to help you grow. And as you grow up the compensation ladder, there are certain triggers that are going to happen, and you're going to get bonuses. And the residual income component, because it's 20% for the first month, 10% after that on your first line, you're going to be able to make significant money. And again, significant for some folks is $1,000, and we're going to be able to help people do that. And the last thing, the fourth thing, is a personal story, and I'll share it very quickly. I had the opportunity to be mentored by a gentleman in network marketing who had earned over $40 million in network marketing. And one day I met him, this is about 10 years ago, and I asked him, I said, hey, would you mentor me? Because I wanted to know what he has done to get to where he is at. Because if you have something that I want to know how you did it. And so he said, sure, if you fly out to my home, let's sync our calendars and you can spend the day with me. And I was like, fantastic. And so we got the date set. I flew out to his home, 12,000 square foot mansion. I mean, a beautiful home, backed up to a championship golf course. And we sat down in his office for about 8 hours that day. And he talked to me, and I wrote down a bunch of notes. But here's what I want you guys to know. When I asked him this question, I said, hey, what is the secret to building wealth? I mean, what is really the secret of this business? How did you become so successful? And he stopped for a minute. Now, he'd already been talking to me about 4 or 5 hours, and again, I had a lot of notes, but what he said to me has changed everything that I thought I knew about network marketing. And he looked at me and he said, Tony, he says, it's timing. He says, timing beats talent every single time. He said, timing beats talent every single time, meaning that if you get into the company at the right time, you can take advantage of that. If you take advantage of the timing, you'll be able to grow beyond your wildest imagination. And that's what he shared with me. Timing beats talent every single time. And when I'm sitting in this man's 12,000 square foot mansion who has documented $40 million plus in earnings in network marketing, I listen to him. So to sum it all up, the first thing, you want a corporate team that gets it. Second thing is you want great products. third thing is you want a compensation plan that's solid. And the fourth thing is you want timing in the company and in the marketplace. One thing I was taught is that when the company launches, you want to be as high up as you possibly can. You want the highest rank you can possibly get in the company. The highest rank is A16. A10 is when you get to earn a whole bunch of incentives. So make that your goal. Make A10 your goal. And so with that, I want to thank everybody for being on the call this morning. It's about 20 after 9 here on the left coast. Guys, just keep at it, keep going, keep rocking and rolling, and I will see you at the top. And with that, this call is in the books. Thank you, everybody.